We'll just be keeping an update on what is really happening in West Asia. The situation is really precarious. I will be linking to my correspondent Shivan Chanana. He's in the newsroom. He will have various updates for us and what is really happening on that front. But this is the latest that I am receiving in the newsroom right now, and an official from the United States has indicated that this operation, this epic fury operation, will continue on the air and on land, and this will see the operation continue for a few days from now. There has not been any timeline that has been, released by the Israeli official, but he says, in coordination with Israel, that this operation will continue from the land and the sea, and the main objective is to dismantle the Iranian military and the navy force so that they can eventually dismantle the rule of the Ayatollahs. Shivan Chanana is in the newsroom. Shivan, I understand that the Israeli Air Force has released their first images of the strike.
If you take a look at these images, we'll have them on the screen shortly, Eric. These were strikes which were carried out on the residence of the Supreme Leader of Iran. And just a closer look at it, and if you see, we'll come to the image very shortly, but these are images that are doing the rounds. It shows number of craters in that compound. Clearly, their target was the Supreme Leader right away, and it was also the office, it was the office of the Supreme Leader and the residence of the Iranian president. So the motive of this exercise, this operation, Epic Fury, it is very clear. Take out the leadership of Iran. And if you contrast it to what we saw last year in June, that was Operation Midnight Hammer. It started in the middle of the night. These strikes, they came early in the morning. Epic Fury 2026 is far different from what Midnight Hammer 2025 was. It's essentially where that one left off. That's where this one has started. And I'll substantiate by explaining to our viewers, in 2025, at the end of the 12-day war, that's when Iran had carried out a strike on the Al-Udeid base in Qatar. And for the large part, that was a symbolic strike rather than being rather significant, and that's where it was called off. Both sides came back saying they were able to carry out their objectives. But this time you're seeing strikes being carried out across West Asia. UAE and now Qatar, they have both said that they can and they reserve the right to retaliate and target Iran. And this is setting off a very, very dangerous chain reaction of aggression. And that's what even the Red Cross has said. There are multiple accounts that are coming in. I'll quickly go over the developments that we've picked up in the last couple of minutes. In Iraq, we had discussed Iraq earlier, Eric. There were strikes and there were casualties reported in Iraq as well. Now there is a statement from the Iraqi Hezbollah, that is the Kataib Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran. It's a Shia militant group and it is based in Iraq. They've said that they will soon attack US bases. Now, US has a military presence in Iraq, which has come under fire from these militias time and again, even in the past, at least in the last 2 years, several times. This time, again, that warning has already come in. There's been significant damage to the runway at the Kuwait base hosting Italian troops. Now, this is a statement which has come in from Italy. Going across the region, this next update is coming in from Kuwait, where Italian troops have mentioned that there was significant damage to the runway at the Kuwait base, which hosts Italian troops. So, as one can now see, as several countries across West Asia get enveloped in this wider West Asia war, you can also see the effects of it reaching to other European countries who have a presence in several of these bases. Attacks in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, as we had mentioned earlier, in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Jordan, Iraq we've mentioned, then of course all across Israel, in the northern region. That's where it started. We've also heard of explosions in Jerusalem. There was a statement which recently came out just shortly back. It came from the Pakistani Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar. He mentioned that Pakistan condemns the attacks carried out on Iran. Now, this is, is just a window into Pakistani foreign policy, because they are essentially also condemning the US here, which is their stark partner, or at least their partner of want. And at the same time, they are compelled to retaliate against Iran, since Saudi Arabia was also attacked here in Riyadh. And Pakistan has a defense pact with Saudi Arabia. You attack one, they both retaliate. So where does that leave Pakistan? Of course, that's something Pakistan needs to answer. But at this point, these are the developments we've also picked up. Israeli security sources are saying that they will continue Iran strikes as long as they need to. Now, these are the statements, Eric, which make it very, very difficult to gauge what is the end aim. Because Iran is saying they will continue striking till the enemy is defeated. Israel is saying they will continue striking till they need to. At this point, the reports are only suggesting that they have taken cover. This is the Iranian leadership, and the eventual aim, at least when we look at the first strikes of this operation, it was targeted very much at the Iranian leadership, the president and the supreme leader. So at this point, there is only more and more hint and suggestion that these strikes are going to continue across the region, setting off a very, very dangerous chain reaction, Eric.
Unprecedented indeed, because the United States, through an official, they say that they will still continue with their strikes, whether on land or sea, and the aim is to dismantle the military and the navy of Iran, and eventually dismantle the regime of Ali Khamenei. And Israel did admit that the initial target was indeed the supreme leader and the president of Iran. We'll go back to Shivan with more updates from the region, but the latest at this hour, we do understand that the Fars news agency says Iran's senior officials are in perfect health, including President Masoud Pezeshkian, Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, and Security Chief Ali Larijani. There is a statement that was put out by an official. While Israeli sources have claimed to have targeted and succeeded in attacking the president and senior Iranian leaders, official sources within the country report that senior regime officials, including the heads of the armed forces, are in perfect health. This is the latest that is coming in our newsroom at this hour. And once again, Fars news agency has confirmed through a statement that Iran's senior officials are in perfect health, including the president, Masoud Pezeshkian, the Parliament Speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, and Security Chief, Ali Larijani. All of them were the initial targets of this strike by the United States and Israel, which is called Epic Fury. And the statement that was put out by Fars News says, while Israeli sources have claimed to have targeted and succeeded in attacking the president and senior Iranian officials, official sources within the country have reported that senior regime officials, including the heads of the armed forces, are in perfect health.